Peter Jensen is a Tjungungi man with Mapoon and Torres Strait Islander ties and has lived and worked on Dharawal country for 18 years. At Western Sydney Airport, Peter is leading a broad range of entertainment activities to maximise the opportunities and socio-economic outcomes for Aboriginal people in Western Sydney and across the Greater Sydney region. To kick things off, please welcome Peter to the stage for the Acknowledgement of Country.
Thanks, Gail. As my introduction went, my name's Peter Jensen. I'm the First Nations Engagement Manager at Western Sydney Airport. Thank you very much for the invitation to come here today and to do the Acknowledgement of Country and to share a little bit of my culture with you. When coming onto country, it's custom to let the old people know that we've arrived, to pay our respects and to move on. I'd like to acknowledge the Wangul people of the Eora Nation. I'd like to acknowledge the Wangul people's connection to this country through the land, the rivers and the skies. Today I'm going to share a story with you guys about this instrument here. Most of you guys would know this instrument as the didgeridoo, but Aboriginal people actually call this instrument the yidaki, and there's a song line. The song line to this instrument is about leadership. I know that there's a lot of leaders here today, so hopefully you guys will be able to reflect and have a connection to this story. Yidaki was a big strong man, big and muscly. He was a foot taller than everybody in his community. Everywhere he went, everybody followed him. They loved him. They didn't love Yidaki because he was big and strong. They loved Yidaki because he was a person of tongue. He brought people together. When the local women were fighting with their husbands, the elders would go to them and they'd say, "Can you speak to the men? Teach them to talk to them about being leaders." Yidaki would walk into the community. He would grab the men. He would take them out. He would tell them what it was like to be a leader within their community. He would tell them what it was to be a protector of their family, a provider. When the local men were fighting in the community, the elders would go and see Yidaki also. They'd say, "Yidaki, the men are fighting again. Can you go and have a chat with them?" Yidaki would walk into the community. He would grab the men. He would take them down the river. He'd make a big fire and he would talk to them about being leaders within their community. He would talk to them about being stand-up people, about being the fabric of their community. When the neighbouring tribes were fighting out on the warfield, throwing spears at each other, Yidaki would walk out and he'd put his hand up, and out of respect, everyone would lay down their spears. You see, Yidaki was an absolute leader within his community. He wasn't a Puri man. A Puri man in our communities is someone who does magic. He wasn't an elder. He was someone that everybody loved. One day, Yidaki's out on country a long way from home, and he looks to the sky, and the sky's starting to turn grey and black, and the clouds are starting to roll. Yidaki's seen this before. He knows a big storm's coming. Yidaki turns and he starts to walk home. As he's walking home, the thunder and lightning become more frequent, the rain becomes harder, a big gust of wind comes and all of the grass starts to lay down around Yidaki. Yidaki knows a big storm's coming. He becomes scared, he falls to his knees and he starts to weep. He's scared. He's not scared for his own life, he's scared that he'll never see his family again. He's scared that he'll never see his community again. He's scared that he'll never see his children again. As he's on his knees weeping, a massive lightning bolt comes from the sky and it strikes the tree that he's now down next to. And from the tree, a massive branch falls. As he's sitting there weeping, he starts to hear voices, and the voices are coming from the branch, and they're saying, "Yidaki, stand up, be brave. Your community needs you, your family needs you, your children need you." Yidaki recognises these voices. They're the voices of his ancestors, the voices of his elders, and the voices of people that have passed recently. Yidaki picks up the branch, he marches home, and he presents it to his old people and tells him how he was able to communicate with the people from the dreaming. You see, the Yulungu people use this instrument not as an instrument of song and dance, but an instrument of ceremony. When we play the Yidaki, we're inviting our old people back to come to join us. We're inviting our elders that are no longer with us and our brothers and sisters. So today, when I play the Yidaki, I just want us all to slow down, to reflect on those people, those leaders that have come before us, but also your roles of leaders moving forward. Thank you very much for allowing me to come and to share a little bit of my culture today. Super nervous, so thanks for putting up with me. Have a great day.